Only thing on top of my head is that steal. I got the steal, and they called the challenge. So, won the challenge. I feel like I should have just had the ball, laid it up, and we gone. So.
And ladies and gentlemen, we got to discuss some breaking news involving Lamelo Ball, MB1, the one of one. You heard him loud and clear. He is voicing his displeasure in the officials, basically sticking their nose in the middle of history. That's what took place. I firmly agree with Lamelo Ball. You cannot make a call like that in the way that game was flowing. History was screwed up. LaMelo clearly had a breakaway layup. This man was in fuego, the king of the fourth quarter. Let's make no mistake about the situation. This man is on an epic tear, and listen, it's only the beginning. The Charlotte Hornets, a lot of people didn't even see them doing this. And I want to tell you this, Melo doing all of this with a lot of injuries that the Hornets have been dealt with. But that game, man, was just ridiculous. That steal, I'm very disgusted, and he won the challenge. That made it even worse. That was all ball. Give credit to MB1 on the defensive end for buckling down. That was epic. We just getting started. This was so magnificent of a situation because the Hornets, that was a 3-game win streak that just slipped out of their fingertips, y'all. So I had to bring reinforcements today for the people. We got a lot of opinions. This wouldn't be right if I ain't have my man All Access with me. You already know what it is. The Charlotte Hornets, it's going down. It's Flight Sports Dex. What's going on? Melo has spoken.
Shout out to Flight Sports TV, the machine. Once again, Flight, I want to thank you for inviting me onto your platform and integrating me into this wonderful video that you have outlaid on behalf of LaMelo Ball. This is a testimony of the testament of LaMelo Ball resurfacing and claiming his stake as one of the top 5 point guards in the league and probably the top point guard in the Eastern Conference. We don't want to hear about no Derek White. We don't want to hear about no Trey Young. We don't want to hear about Tyrese Halliburton. We don't want to hear about none of that stuff that the pundits have tried to put on top of LaMelo Ball, as LaMelo Ball has basically resuscitated his leverage in this game. LaMelo Ball coming off of a 38, 4 rebounds, 8 assist game, and a potentiality of having the game-winning steal as well as the game-winning stealing basket. Right, you said it. It was a travesty that the referees would allow their whistle to get in the way of history. Coach Charles Lee has been a topographer, as Jeff Peterson has been a gyroscope. So these men are guiding and mapping out the blueprint for the Charlotte Hornets' success, and LaMelo has taken on that task wholeheartedly, and he relished in the challenge of being the face of the Charlotte Hornets down in the Queen City as the hive is buzzing. But it seems like the NBA have obfuscated a lot of the achievements that LaMelo Ball have done this year, and it seems like the tapestry of the NBA want to relegate the Charlotte Hornets to be bottom feeders. They want them to be doormats, but LaMelo Ball is resisting this request from the NBA. LaMelo Ball will be playing in the All-Star. He will not go on break. He will be part of the All-Star weekend, especially if this keeps moving. And then we can see LaMelo Ball in 2028 representing the United States in the Summer Olympics in Los Angeles, California, 1 county over from the county in which he was born, which is the OC. Like, you can't stop a player whose time has come. And listen, the only reason why a lot of these guys got a little kickstart and a head start over LaMelo Ball is because his lower extremities failed him. Now coming into this season, as he is wearing accessories on his ankles, LaMelo has been a weapon of curiosity. It is amazing what LaMelo Ball has done in the chores and the tasks he has accepted. Coach Charles Lee wanted LaMelo Ball to be playing stellar on both sides of the ball. But when LaMelo Ball plays stellar on both sides of the ball, they call these phantom fouls, and some of these fouls are egregious at least. Like, and LaMelo has fouled out of 4 games. I mean, 3 games so far. But that's nothing to be ashamed of. That's just an element of the Melo Ball trying to elevate his game to be recognized that he is a potential two-way player. But we already know what he does on the offense. It's the defense that a lot of these pundits are spiraling throughout the NBA landscape about the Melo Ball, saying that he's lethargic, saying that he feels that he's an elitist, saying that, oh, it's too much Hollywood in him to get a scratch on his elbow. This is not the case. That is fake news. Charles Lee himself has said that the Melo Ball has definitely enhanced his defensive presence on that 94 feet rectangle parquet hardwood floor. Like, and it is a travesty once again. Like, as we emphasize that word, a travesty that the referees are making LaMelo Ball pay his dues, which I do not contest that. I'm a man who believes in paying your dues in order to get your respect. Show us that you can do it first. Show us that you are attempting to do it, and then some of the harshness and difficulties will be alleviated. So, Flight, all that is good, but when you're playing a Joel Embiid list, Tyrese Maxey list, 76ers up in the city of brotherly love, you can't be harsh on LaMelo if he's guarding Gerard McCain at the end of the game and he gets a clean steal or a breakaway layup to clinch the game. You cannot be hard on LaMelo for that. You ignoramus, dumb referee. It was plain stupid in the sight of all of the fans who have watched that game last night as the referee involved himself to take away a potential 3-game winning streak from Coach Charles Lee, the Charlotte Hornets, and your favorite, LaMelo Ball. Flight.
Yes, sir, man. LaMelo Ball, MB1, the one of one. We can't reiterate enough. History was affected yesterday. LaMelo with that dagger 3 descended to overtime, and then for them to lose by 2 points with all this controversy, I mean, it was just very disgusting. Nonetheless, LaMelo put up 38 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. This was spectacular. Do you think the Hornets will be able to shake this loss off briefly, Dex, or do you think that something like this could linger? Because that was a tough loss.
No, I believe that Coach Charles Lee has command of the mental mindset of these Charlotte Hornets. I believe they will shake that off. It was a road game. They was the underdog in that game, and the money line in that game would have been significant if the Charlotte Hornets would have pulled that one out. So it's questionable how that came about. But listen, LaMelo Ball, like I said, Flight, is leading the charge in the youthful movement of the NBA in the Eastern Conference. You still have players that are still elite and young, the Jason Tatums, the Jalen Browns, and potentiality, Trey Young, if he gets his head out of his ass and start playing winning basketball. But LaMelo Ball, it just seemed to be dazzling. He seemed to be really vivaciously amazing watching him and the things that he is able to do on that court. He is a true curator on that court, Flight. And we all know LaMelo Ball is most definitely and universally recognized as the tip of the spear for the Charlotte Hornets.
Yes, absolutely, man. Make sure you hit the like button if you're new. Most definitely hit the subscribe button. You already know what it is. It's Flight Sports TV.